Hello and welcome to the Webcast for Monday, August 25th. I'm South Ops meteorologist Jonathan O'Brien. Visible satellite this morning shows the monsoon remains in full swing with a big cluster of thunderstorms out near the Colorado River. Elsewhere, conditions are mainly dry, but there remain patches of mid-level alto-cumulus clouds, signifying that plenty of instability remains over the region. Another unsettled day of monsoon activity is expected today. Here's a look at yesterday's lightning map. It was another solid day with over 3,000 strikes, but this was a modest decrease from the day before, and this was a more traditional monsoon thunderstorm day with activity concentrated along and northeast of the regional mountain ranges, unlike on Saturday when even coastal and coastal valley areas also saw some activity. The next couple days will be all about the continuing monsoon effects. 2 more days of widespread thunderstorm activity are expected over the mountains and deserts. The overall distribution of lightning strikes the next couple days will probably look very similar to Sunday's map, with storms not as likely to push west of the mountains like they did on Saturday. But as the high-resolution model here shows, thunderstorm coverage is likely to be very widespread, and while the distribution will likely be similar to yesterday, Sunday, if anything, we should see an increase and perhaps a significant increase in the number of lightning strikes the next couple of days. This is by far our strongest monsoon surge of the year, one of the strongest surges we've seen in several years, and it is far from over. With such a significant moisture surge, the thunderstorm activity in the coming days is likely to be very wet, and while the amount of lightning we'll be seeing is prolific, it's going to come with a whole lot of rainfall. Rainfall totals will be highly variable, much more so than what this map indicates. This is just a broad-brushed average. But most mountains and deserts of Southern California, as well as the Sierra, will see multiple additional rounds of wetting rains in the coming days, and areas of heavy rainfall with flash flooding will be significant concerns. As we go through the rest of the week, shower and thunderstorm activity will decrease on Wednesday and become mainly confined to the high terrain of the Sierra and east of the Sierra Crest. Thursday through the upcoming weekend looks mainly dry, though an isolated mountain or desert thunderstorm may still occur, but will definitely trend towards quieter weather as the week goes on. Otherwise, temperatures will remain a little above normal today as we still hang on to the remnants of our recent heat wave, with highs in the upper 70s and 80s across the mountains and mid-90s to low hundreds in the valleys. There will be a few more degrees of cooling the next couple days, then little change through the upcoming weekend, with temperatures near normal overall for most of this week. Overnight lows will gradually cool later in the week as monsoon moisture decreases. We've seen some really warm nights lately thanks to the moisture, and we'll still have to get through 1 or 2 more of those before relief arrives. Humidity will be significantly elevated at times for the next few days. Minimum values between 15 and 30% may still be achieved in between moisture intrusions from thunderstorms, but much of the time will probably be spent at higher values. A more typical pattern should develop later this week, with min-RH dropping to between 12 and 25%, above and inland from the marine layer influence. And finally, a general onshore flow pattern will promote typical diurnal wind patterns this week. However, while the general winds are of a typical nature, the big concern the next few days will be thunderstorm winds. The widespread thunderstorm activity and numerous outflow boundaries will bring erratic winds to many areas the next couple of days, with sudden wind shifts likely even well removed from thunderstorms. You can see on the model wind gust map here all those bullseyes and erratic wind patterns associated with thunderstorms, so that is really going to be a big concern the next couple of days. There are definitely a lot of moving parts out there right now, and this pattern is producing varied, non-uniform effects on the fire environment across the region. So it's really important right now to be tuned in with your particular area of responsibility, since everyone's experiencing something a little different right now. It's all but a given that we'll see numerous additional new lightning starts in the coming days, with thousands to perhaps tens of thousands of lightning strikes expected. However, heavy rain associated with the thunderstorms will greatly limit growth potential, and existing fires also have a good chance to receive beneficial rain. Overall, our dead fuel moisture should see significant upward trends in the next few days as most mountain and desert areas receive rainfall. So broadly speaking, because of how much moisture we're seeing, this is best characterized as a net beneficial event on the fire environment across the region. However, there definitely remain hazards to be mindful of. The same unstable conditions fueling the thunderstorms will bring high potential for column development and plume dynamics in areas that miss out on rainfall, as seen on the Garnett Fire on Sunday. Gusty and erratic outflow winds will also be of significant concern, and thunderstorms will likely impact both ground and air operations. Outside of thunderstorms, fire potential will be limited by elevated humidity and increased dead fuel moistures, and overall, despite heavy IA from lightning, the potential for new large fires will trend towards below normal levels this week. But again, unstable conditions and erratic winds will remain concerns, and heightened awareness of the mixed state conditions across the landscape is a must this week. That's it for today's webcast. Thanks for joining us. The next one will be on Tuesday, August 26th.